There's a good right hand by the 19-year-old. And he is wobbled by a left hook. And he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping him. And maybe the matchmaking was a mistake.
I see people are complaining about Canelo Alvarez and his potential fight with Ryder. And I don't see what people are upset about. That's a good match for Canelo Alvarez. It's a good fight for him, especially at this stage in his career. And anybody still talking about Canelo Alvarez or bitching about what he does, I mean, you're still attached to the Disney part of boxing. Canelo is not for the mainstream hardcore boxing fans. That's not what Canelo is for. Canelo is for the Mexican fan base, to please them, to make them happy, to whatever, because they're not hard to please. They love to believe any lie or anything about Canelo Alvarez. They're ready to eat it up. They don't care if he's fighting legit champions. They don't care if he's fighting guys coming off a loss. They don't care if he's fighting guys coming up in weight. They don't care if he's fighting fake fights. They don't care if he's taking steroids. They don't care if he's popping pills. They don't care. So as far as you, the boxing fan who really likes competition, the hardcore boxing fans, Canelo Alvarez is not for you. He is strictly for the Mexican fan base. Canelo stopped being competitive since fighting Laura. He learned his lesson. He said, okay, we ain't gonna go this route again. Next time I'm gonna listen to Oscar. It's straight up. That's what it's about. So let them have these fights. This is for them. And they don't care, so why should we? I don't look for Canelo Alvarez to give me no competitive fights no more. There's no point even complaining about it or getting mad about it. Canelo is just for that. And this is the crazy part. I'm not even saying that they don't need that going on, because obviously they're going to need to keep prolonging Canelo's career simply because the Mexican fans is having a hard time passing the mantle to somebody else. I guess Benavidez don't look Caucasian enough, but let them go ahead and have a fight, because they ain't going to do nothing but complain, talking about you're hating on Canelo Alvarez and this, that, and the third. Yet they steady pointing their finger at a Demetrius Andrade. I'm so sick of this fake outcry and hate that y'all got for Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade ain't did nothing to you but challenge the fighter that you like. The same thing that Benavidez is doing, and y'all trying to treat Benavidez the same way that y'all did Andrade. Just because you're afraid of him taking a loss. Like I said, the dude is a Disney character. You're afraid of this guy taking a loss. You steady talk about Andrade. Well, Andrade ducked Parker. You idiot. Do you not know if you basically admit that you can recognize that Demetrius Andrade ducked Parker, you're automatically saying that you recognize that Canelo Alvarez ducked Demetrius Andrade. How come you can recognize ducking going on with Triple G, talking about he's been ducked his whole career, that's why he ain't had these kind of fights, yet when it comes to somebody else, you guys can't do it? It doesn't make no sense. I'm sick of y'all bitch about Demetrius Andrade ducking some Parker. You want to know why? Simply this. Because when they was entertaining the fight between these two, you said he's trash, he's boring, he's a horrible fighter, and nobody wants to see him fight, right? That has been y'all position with Demetrius Andrade this entire time. So why in the hell would you be concerned if he fight a Parker or not? You've never watched or liked his matches, and you consider him a boring fighter, and he's a horrible fighter, and he's hard to watch. So you can't tell me that you possibly care if he ducked out on Parker or not. And I'm not here to deny that he ducked out on Parker. Not at all. I'll agree with you on that state. I don't disagree with that. Ducking is ducking at the end of the day, no matter what. But this is something that you Canelo Alvarez fans, you guys, this is something y'all can't do. But you sit up here talking about Andrade. I don't want to hear it no more. Who cares about Andrade? I don't care about Andrade. I like him, but he spent too much time doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to see him get his shot. I've given up on that because he seemed content with where he's at and what he's doing. So I'm like, okay, oh well. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. He seems content in what he's doing. So I'm like, okay, oh well. but y'all still crying. Look, listen, we know y'all like Canelo Alvarez. We know that y'all devoted to Canelo Alvarez. We know that you don't care that he's cheap. We know that you don't care if he's not really fighting real champions. We know you just want to cheer for him and pretend like he's better than everybody else, knowing he's got the same mediocre skill that he didn't have when Mayweather put hands on him. We know that. So since we know that, why do people care what this guy do? Let him go do what he do. It's going to be a tough fight for him. You know what I'm saying? But there's no point of talking about Canelo Alvarez and who he fights. Same reason there's no point for Canelo Alvarez fans to be obsessively keep talking about Demetrius Andrade. It makes no sense. You're not a fan of him. So since you're not a fan of him, how could you possibly care about what goes on in his career? Especially when he's a boring fighter. So let him go off into boring land. You act like you guys was dying to see a Zach Parker. The only reason why you bring that Zach Parker up is just like every other black American fighter. You hoping and you wishing and you praying, you know what I'm saying, that they'll lose. That's it. That's all y'all live for. Majority of boxing fans that I find, because I talk with y'all, have this mentality. Y'all have this burning, never-ending desire to see black fighters lose. And you constantly want to say, don't bring up this, don't bring up color, don't. You bring it up. By the way you carry on conversation, just the way you talk and the stuff you say is blatant what you about and what you are. But people still talking about Canelo Alvarez at this point. Why? Why? I take Jake Paul more seriously than I take Canelo Alvarez. At this point, let him go ahead and have that fight. It'd be a good fight for him. It is for the Mexican fans. Let them be happy. Because they ain't got no real legit heroes. And anyone that's trying to step up and actually be that, they're rejecting them. So let them go ahead and have Canelo, man. That's my thoughts on this. I'm out.